3 at 3, every business day, we bring you unusual option activity. Today is the 26th of February, the last day of the month. And so let's get started, shall we? I know you're thinking, why is John wearing that hat? I'll tell you in a minute. Disclaimer is that all investments involve risk. There is no way around that, folks. If you want to invest, you're going to have to face some degree of risk. Now, you can mitigate that risk through knowledge. In other words, applying some of the techniques that we do, some of the techniques you might learn on your own to mitigate some of that risk, but there's always risk. So this is presented for informational and educational purposes only, full stop. Intellectual property rights, yes, we have trademarks, copyrights, registered marks, and patents on virtually everything I'm about to present, including, but not limited to, this hat. This snazzy hat here, Market Rebellion, Trade Like a Rebel. You may have seen a tweet from me earlier today. Again, there it is, Trade Like a Rebel. You can get one of these hats from us for free if you retweet this broadcast as we post it up on all of the socials, really. This goes up on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube. You get the idea. Apple Podcasts, we put it up everywhere. So if you retweet a link to this or to Pete's, my brother Pete's The Take, he does that live every business day at 10:30 Eastern Time, or our new show, The Daily Crypto Bite, which goes up every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, well, you'll be in the running to get one of these snazzy knit caps. Market Rebellion, Trade Like a Rebel. There you go. Bang. So get to tweeting and we'll get to sending out some hats. Now let's get to the presentation. Snap was my first bit of unusual activity today. I had traded out of this one a little bit ago. Thought I nailed it. Thought, okay, I've taken about as much as I could possibly take out of this thing. That's what I thought at the time, getting a fill here. But it turns out there was more gas in the tank. And this week at their Investor Day for Snap, they talked about how they're going to continue to grow at a rapid pace, a pace faster, by the way, than Twitter. Although Twitter also had bullish comments. You might have heard some of my response to that and why I added Twitter as well. Because Twitter at their Investor Day said, man, instead of 3.4 billion in rev, we're going to do over 7 billion in rev. But that's by 2023. I don't know if I've got that great an insight out to 2023 for anything. But nonetheless, that was a bullish call by them at their Investor Day. And similarly, I think Snap has bullish upside. Now, one thing I would point out to you, however, is that Snap is they were buying the 74 calls. So the stock was $64.98. Let's call it 65 bucks. So stock's 65 and they're buying the 74. So it's a $9 move in a week, because see that little 05 in front of March? That means this is next week, Friday expiration, the 5th of March. So I'm not super fond of getting in here and owning a $9 out of the money call for a week, especially with all the time decay and everything else. And it's 53 bucks per option. So 100 lot of these is 5,300 bucks. That's like a roll of the dice a little bit. So what I like to do instead is say, a very smart person, man or woman, led us into a trade in Snap. Let me move the odds into my favor. So I bought the 65s, sold upside calls against it, 1-to-1. I'm sure you're shocked if you're a regular viewer of the program. So I like the opportunity. I like the upside. Stock 65.29 just a little bit ago. Right now, as I'm looking at my fills, because I already took a scalp on some stock, it traded through 65.85 just minutes ago. That might have been the high of the day. I'm not positive, but that was a very good little pop. And now I'm giving you an update on Renato Leggi. He will be joining us from ARK Invest. He is a portfolio manager at ARK Invest. And I think you guys know who ARK is. That's Kathy Wood and smart people like Renato who are part of her team. The lady has lit it up. She's the biggest thing in ETFs. I'm sure she's being chased and wooed by all kinds of the big usual suspects. But nonetheless, they have really done a great job bringing people value. And it's not just Tesla. Tesla is maybe 20% of her returns. So it's not just Tesla, folks. They do a great job at finding great opportunities. You can sign up to join us Monday, March 1st at 4 p.m. Eastern, in other words, right at the business close, by signing up on here with Kathy Wood's portfolio manager, Renato Leggi. So I would encourage you strongly to do that. I think you'll get an awful lot out of it, and he'll be talking with myself, with Dirk, with Pete about how exactly they run the filters, run these various stocks through their filters to pick out which ones are true innovators. So with that said, please register on our website, marketrebellion.com. All right, second trade, Zynga. I had just exited this one, and this looks wrong to me. Let me see, where is Zynga? I don't know what I do sometimes. I get carried away. ZNGA is what we're trading here, and I don't think Zynga is quite at the right price. I think that price might be, and I'm pretty sure it is, Zynga was $11.20, folks. This is a mistake on this slide. I apologize. I'll give you your money back. It's a free broadcast. All right, here's the deal. These calls in Zynga were the 12th of March, so that's 2 weeks from today, expiration, 11:50 calls. That information is accurate. The part that's not accurate is the price. Yeah, the stock is not $25.64. We hope. But right now the stock is $11.25. $11.25. Tell that to my assistant who helped me put the slides together. But I'll take the responsibility. It's my fault. I should have checked the slide. Zynga, I happen to know, is an $11 stock, not a $25 stock. So please be aware of that. I apologize. But this is accurate. They were buying 2 weeks from now, March 12th expiration, 11:50 calls. I bought 11 calls and sold a higher strike against it because that's what I do. There is the Zynga, as you see there on halftime report, 11:35. And there it was, a chart going back to January 26th. So you see it kind of muddling along and trying to move up, but then for the last week or so, just kind of going sideways around that 11:20-ish level. By the way, we started a new show. So again, one of the ways that you could win one of these snazzy Crypto Rebel, Market Rebel, doesn't matter. Either way, you're a Market Rebellion fan. And if you want to trade like a rebel, well, you can get that hat. You got to retweet either Pete's The Take, my 3 at 3, or our new show, The Daily Crypto Bite. It's a short little broadcast every morning at 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern, where we give you a look with our two crypto analysts, Matt and CJ, and we talk about where we're seeing best opportunities in crypto, what's going on with volatility, volumes, and so forth, social media, all of that. You can check it out. As you see here, Market Rebels Crypto, and if you want to check it out specifically, go to marketrebellion.com/CRYPTO, as in crypto. All right, third trade, ELF. This is beauty products. ELF, bullish call buying. The stock's 25.07. They're buying the May 30 calls for $1 or thereabouts. Interesting. So they have March, April, May, 3 full months into the future, right? So 3 months into the future, paying $105 for each and every one of those options that they bought. They bought 7,500, so it's about a $750,000 trade, 750,000 share equivalent. So I joined them. I bought the 25s and sold upside calls. I didn't buy the 30s, bought the 25s, sold the upside calls. They were buying, as you saw here, the 30s. I like buying something closer to the money, doing a one-to-one call spread for every one that I buy. I sell one. That's how I like to play. I moved the odds into my favor doing that. If you are so inclined, please check out Market Rebellion. If you go to YouTube, it's a free subscription. You can get all of our videos there on YouTube. You just go to YouTube, you type Market Rebellion. 13,300 of you had done that through last week. We appreciate your support. Hopefully we push this one up through 14,000 in the near future. And thank you again to each and every one of you. Please tell a friend, and we'll talk to you about that more next week. So questions at Jon Najarian at 3@3_UOA. Craig Reynolds asks, do you ever adjust your options after you place a trade, especially the March options, rolling to April when you have a major decline in an options price or market like yesterday or today drops? You talked about rolling at Friday's cocktail hour. Every Friday, by the way, for every subscriber, they are welcome to join us live for a cocktail hour. We do put up the repeat of those cocktail hours as well. I only do adjust my positions after I've placed the trade if the activity is in an outer month like April. Yes, I would roll it. If they were initially in March and then they picked April, yes, I would roll. If they did not, then no. I would say that the paper told us it's going to happen in the near term, and I'm not going to roll just for the sake of rolling, just to hold on to a position. If an option loses half of its value, as you know, my rule is I cut my loss. I don't hold it. I cut my loss, move on to the next trade, and blame Pete for making a bad pick. And I do that occasionally, but not very often because he's too good. Marvell. So Jack asks, and his handle is sorry, Jack. Your handle is at J, the letter J, underscore CAP36, underscore cap36. Are you still in Marvell calls? Well, yes, I am, Jack. And here is what kept me in those. 2 days ago, the 24th of February, we saw yet another purchase with the stock at 47.5 roughly. They were buying the April 50 calls. And so, yes, I am in, and I'm following those calls. I know it's moving up. Let me see if I see where it is right now. Let's see, MRVL. I think it was over 48 just a little bit ago. Maybe I'm still able to pull that one up, MRVL, to see if I've done anything today. Don't know. It's over 48. I think it's 48 and a quarter, something, $48.35 or 40 cents. So anyway, yes, Jack, I am still in this one, Marvell. Okay, all right, Keith Moore, whose handle is at Floor Trader, which is FLRTRADER. All right, Keith. Keith asks, and Marvell is right now 48.50, my assistant says. All right, Keith says, K and MP, please. Don't have MP or K right now, Keith. I haven't had Kellogg's for a while. I probably have been in it, but I'm not in it right now. And I'd love to help you out here, Keith, but I don't have anything in this one. Haven't seen any unusual activity in Kellogg's in a while. This is our daily Crypto Bite show. That daily show goes off at about 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Central. This is CJ. He's one of the analysts on the show. Matt Montemeyer is the other. And CJ says, very excited to be part of Market Rebel's new show, Daily Crypto Bite, with Jon Najarian and Matt Monty 99, presented by Voyager. Invest Voyager. We look forward to bringing you bites of info, crypto news, research, and analysis, all on a daily basis. Hashtag BTC, Bitcoin, and a little rocket ship. Yes, every day we do that now, folks. Our show has started. We're proud to be sponsored by Voyager. I am a shareholder in Voyager, as well as owning their VGX token. Daily Crypto Bite presented by Voyager. Encourage you to check it out, and hopefully we set you up for the morning with some good information about crypto. Thank you. And Valat Atakanian, and Valad's handle is at Valod, VALOD, ATAKHANIAN. So that's Valod Atakanian. Thank you, Valod. Thank you for hosting ANCA ER fundraiser last night. Well, thank you very much, sir. That's the Armenian charity that I work with. A lot of great people. I was just lucky enough to be the moderator, the host, the MC, if you will, and a lot of wonderful people there, whether it's Atsak over in Armenia, Yerevan, or any of my other Armenian brothers and sisters around the world. Thank each and every one of you that was so generous by helping out with the fundraising there. If you go to that handle, which is ANCA_DC, you can see about that if you're so inclined. But really, I just want to say thank you. There were a lot of great people who've done far more than me. All I did was host and make a donation. But these are people who are helping out fellow Armenians and obviously working within the community, both in Armenia, around the world, and in the United States. And if you attended or saw that broadcast on the replay, you know what I'm talking about. Great people. Thank you. And one last plug to please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, type in Market Rebellion. On the upper right-hand corner, you can hit the subscribe button and maybe even that little bell, which means Pete will show up, come down your chimney, and give you content every day. That's the way he works. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you have a great weekend. I look forward to seeing you. Don't forget, if you'd like to get your Crypto Rebels and or Market Rebellion hat, it's a good luck hat, all you got to do is retweet this or Pete's The Take or our new show, the Daily Crypto Bite, and you could get one of these hats for free. We mail it out to you, the whole bag. They're beautiful hats. I love mine. That's why I was wearing it. Thank you for joining me, folks. Hope you have a great day. I'll see you soon back here on Market Rebellion Television. Bang.